What is up, everyone? If I look really, really, really sweaty, it's because I just got done taking a really long walk to try to pay my bills. Because poverty chronicles are still a thing. I am I'm walking. I'm walking more because I'm trying to save up on gas. I have this thing in my life. I call it the GOG check, the GOG check, and it's basically when I get paid so little that I have to choose between gas or groceries. So in order, and so I'm starting. Like I said, I'm trying to walk a little bit more. Also, I did do a lot of eating this past week, so I did gain a little bit. I did gain a little bit of weight. So I guess part of me was also just sort of trying to like walk off the pounds a little bit. So there's definitely that. But yeah, the GOG check is basically like I only get paid so much as like I had to choose between gas or groceries, and it's very stressful. It's very depressing. So I'm walking more places now. So I'm gonna, and I'm also trying to work out too. So it's like I'm trying to get myself back in wrestling shape for the day that I consider the day that I can actually start putting money back into this wrestling career that I have gotten in this city for in the first place. Um, so there's that. This because of my financial situation, as I've always said multiple times, because of my financial situation, I have been very, very. I've been getting wildly. I've been getting wildly hyper political, and in the process, I remember this old school meme that I saw like years ago, and then I saw it recently. It was like point to the guy who messed everything up, and everybody was like pointing at a picture of Ronald Reagan, and I realized in my head is like I just sort of universally agreed with people saying that Ronald Reagan was a bad president. You know what I'm saying? I never actually sat down and paid attention to why I should believe that he was a bad president. So I just told myself, you know what? I'm just gonna start buckling. I'm gonna buckle down, and I'm going to learn about Ronald Reagan. So I started to. So I checked out a book on the Internet Library. By the way, you can just do that. Like you don't have to just like if you don't want a physical copy that you might lose. Like I know I would do, or you probably that's going to pick up dust somewhere. You can just literally either A, read the book in the library, or B, just get an internet book. You can just get an ebook from the app. I'm serious, guys. Like like that's a game changer. You know what I mean? Like that's very like I said, at some point I'm still gonna review libraries, and I'm still gonna be reviewing libraries pretty soon. Just give me a chance to just sort of figure out what I'm gonna say for those. But yeah, like I checked out a book about Ronald Reagan. I just started reading, and I did not know that Ronald Reagan's dad was not only hyper liberal, but like he was like very much for the rights of black people back in the day. It's like how like that's such a and it's like the irony is that like you have a Democrat dad, Republican son, and then the Republican son ultimately gives birth to two Democratic kids. It's just kind of like I don't know. There's just a bit of a thing there. I just think it's kind of funny. But the fact of the matter is that I did say to myself I was going to start like learning a little bit about him and stuff like that, just to kind of understand who he was and what kind of president he was. And the more I learned about Ronald Reagan, the more I actually have an extreme dislike for Barry Goldwater. I just want to know specifically, how did Barry Goldwater become so successful with a name like that? Goldwater. You know what I mean? Like, did it not mean what it means today back then? Goldwater? We know what it means. You know what it means. Also, there was a time way back when I actually was very interested in trying to learn about who the presidents were and stuff like that. Because like I said, before Trump became president, I was actually kind of interested in learning about like political scandals. And the one that caught my attention the most was Teapot Dome. For those who don't know, Teapot Dome was one of the few instances where you saw a president accepting bribes. So I was like, whoa, what? That this was before Watergate became a thing. So it's crazy because like I want to say Teapot Dome, Watergate, and the current scandal. These were all like national things that happened that were like really big deals as far as like I don't know how to change. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like all three of them. They kind of happened like Republican presidents. It was kind of like it was supposed to be covered up, but it wasn't. It got leaked. Blah blah blah. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just found myself like, because I learned about Teapot Dome, I learned about Warren Harding. And fun fact about Warren Harding and Teapot Dome: if you actually pay attention to a handful of the really 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 old school Looney Tunes cartoons, they actually make references to Warren Harding a little bit. Like they actually like take little pot shots at him. It's either Warren Harding or Herbert Hoover or Calvin Coolidge. Like the Looney, like it's subtle. You know what I mean? And that was the moment I realized Looney Tunes was never for kids. Looney Tunes was never a kids show. it was a satirical. It was satirical for adults. Like there was like no. I'm convinced that like children's cartoons wasn't a thing until like recently because every cartoon I've ever seen has always been kind of like a reference towards for older people to get. Like even in that generation. So, but yeah, like I said, I was really, but yeah, like back in the day, I was really kind of looking forward to like learning about presidents, and I was really into trying to learn about Warren Harding. And I remember, like, I think I can still list the presidents in order. Let me see. Let's see this: Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren, uh, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, and then McKinley. And then McKinley is like the last president from like that era because you're going to the 1900s with Roosevelt. Uh, what is it? Roosevelt, Taft, Wilson, then Harding, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower. Is it Eisenhower? Kennedy? No. Yeah, Kennedy. And then Johnson, Nixon, Carter. No, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter. Uh, mm, Reagan? Yeah, Reagan. Then Bush. Bush. Mm. Uh. Okay. Dang. Who was after? Was it Clinton? Yeah, Clinton, and then Bush again, and then Obama, then idiots, and then Biden. I think I listed them all in order. I think I just did. I think I missed one. I think I either missed one or I put one in the wrong spot. But yeah. Dang. I know I missed someone. Oh well, forget it. But the fact of the matter is that like, I used to be able to do that perfectly and a lot more confidently back then. I don't know if I did it right, but I know I missed one. Who did I miss? Whatever. But yeah, like I also want to be able to. But yeah, like that was kind of like a thing I always wanted to do because the more you learn, like if you learn about the presidents, and then the more you learn about the presidents, the more you learn about the state of the country. The condition of the country. Then you also learn a little bit, like like you learn about the presidents, you learn about the history, you learn about who was in charge of everything back in that time, and also if I learn about the presidents, it kind of also helps me learn a little bit about my family history because like I can be able to say, oh my family was around, this family member was around when this person was president, and this stuff was going on, and these things was happening, and this person was around when this stuff was going on, this person was president. It kind of helps with history a little bit, and everything is relative. Fun fact: Ronald Reagan has a granddaughter from Uganda. His oldest daughter adopted a Ugandan girl, and so technically speaking, Ronald Reagan has a black granddaughter. I wonder how many Republicans either A know that and B care. And the thing that really kind of stresses me out about that is that, like, because when I think of Uganda now, back in the day, when I thought of Uganda, I thought of homophobia, and then I found out about soft ground wrestling. So now it's like, now I learned about it's now homophobia and soft ground wrestling. And now if you say the word Uganda to me, I'm thinking homophobia, soft ground wrestling, and Ronald Reagan's granddaughter. So it's like it's crazy how, like I say, everything is relative. I can now pinpoint Uganda to Ronald Reagan. And there's probably more ways I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, everything is relative. What else is there? But yeah, so it's like, but I'm trying to learn about that a little bit. I also am currently, I am currently trying to find another job. And it's like, here's the thing. I actually like my job. I actually like my job. The actual work itself is relatively simple. It's not complicated stuff. It's relatively simple. It's just, and like the people over there, I genuinely enjoy being around. Some of them probably can't stand me, but I do like my people there. It's like one of the few things that always kept me holding on to a job as long as I ever did was me being able to get along with at least two people. If I can get along with at least two people, everybody else can hate my guts. As long as my homies were there, I'm good. That was one of the few reasons why I kept my job at Olive Garden for as long as I did, because of the fact that I only interacted with like the other washers, and most of the time, me and the other washers we got along pretty well. And I was this was happening while I had a manager who was who was very abrasive against me, and like I said, but I always had like a handful of coworkers that I genuinely enjoyed, and I miss them. I actually do miss them. But yeah, but I do need more money. I ain't currently, like I said, I had to walk because I couldn't drive because I had to save up gas. That was a long walk. I don't mind taking that walk, but it's just the fact that I had to in order to save gas is very frustrating. I have to like cut back on a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? So I really haven't been able to like eat as much as I'd like to. I mean, granted, I know now that I think I also know now that I don't have to eat that much. You know what I mean? Like I ate a really big lunch like yesterday, and if you ain't got the money, then how'd you eat a big lunch? I saved a little bit, and plus my girlfriend came through for me, and I really appreciate her for that. But the fact of the matter is that like I ate a big lunch, and my body was just like, dude, this is too much food. Like I didn't know that I could be full before this. I did not know I could fit because I used to be able to eat food I used to be able to eat food and I'd just be bruh. I used to be able to go to a buffet and go through at least a good like I used to count my plates, man. I used to go through at least like a good 5, maybe 7 plates of food. Now I can't even like now I can go to a buffet maybe 4 plates. I'm just it's like is my metabolism is my metabolism slowing down or am I is that because I don't it's just it feels weird not being able to eat as much as I used to. I used to be like a straight anime shonen protagonist up in here with this, and now I'm just not. I'm a little offended in myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess my dreams of being a competitive eater are completely vanquished. Why? I also am glad to know that people are actually watching my shorts. I'm enjoying that. Thank you so much for that, because in the process of me, all of my shorts are always going to be like punching up. Like first off, I'm a black dude. I don't like the idea of going after marginalized people. So I always like this. Like the only reason why I'm doing this is because I like I like punching up, and I rarely ever see people punch up. I rarely ever see people go after white supremacists or like the corrupt rich people. I rarely ever see anybody make jokes about genuinely evil people. You know what I mean? So I just figured if nobody else is gonna do it, heck, I'll do it. Niche market, whatever. You know what I mean? It's weird because it's like like people will make fun of a black kid for smiling. You know what I mean? If a kid is dark skinned enough, and they smile in the picture, people will turn that into the biggest joke on the planet. It's like it's funny because he looks different. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but it's like every rich elderly dude looks like melted ice cream, and people just like nothing. You know what I mean? Like currently, Donald Trump is on trial right now. He's under criminal trial right now for paying for. I mean, he has a baddie for a wife. I mean, like you can say whatever you want about Melania, but she's fine. Melania is a very beautiful woman, and also Trump can literally like buy whatever he wants. The fact that he bought the stuff and then try to like keep her quiet about it just so he can say don't talk about my weird shaped unit. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to me, and nobody's making jokes about this. Nobody is making jokes about this. No, I'm not gonna say nobody. I mean, you got talk show hosts that are doing it, but it's just like nobody in my circle is making jokes about this sort of thing. It's like this is a very that this is not only a funny thing, but it's important. You know what I mean? So it's just wild to me. Like we literally have corrupt rich people sort of getting their comeuppance, and nobody is saying anything because I don't know. The stupid rap beef is something that's apparently much more important. I don't know. It's just that bro, we can literally be seeing a complete and total overhaul of rich people finally getting what they deserve. If Trump goes to jail, that means that everybody who has did crap that Trump has done can also go to jail. If Trump gets in trouble for this, that literally means that every person who has done anything wrong, like Trump, can go to jail for this sort of thing. It's like it feels like there's going to be a regime switch where the rich are like going to lose power, and I'm ready for it. So I'm willing to like just make fun of that. I don't care. I just really hate the fact that it feels like I'm the only one. But on the good foot, at the very least, I mean, like I said, if nobody else is gonna make jokes, I will, and I'm gonna, cause that's funny. But yeah, like I said, but in a nutshell, still broke, learning about stuff. Still broke, learning about stuff. I got Facebook messages that I kind of need to turn off the window for, and I can list the presidents in order. Uh, that's it though, guys. Love, peace, happiness, and success to everyone out there. And I genuinely hope that everybody has a good day. Just also remember to be good to each other. Be kind to each other. Like being mean is mainstream. Everybody's a jerk. Everybody's a bully. Everybody's picking on everybody else nowadays. We're all like everybody loves mockery. Nobody loves to actually build anybody up, but we'll laugh at anybody who tears anybody down. We're in the world right now where we just want to hurt people because it's funny for our own personal amusement. It shouldn't have to be like that. And if it has to be like that, at the very least, hurt and bring down people who are actually bad. You know what I mean? Like that's why I go after. That's why I go after people who are genuinely evil. I always make fun of white supremacists. I'll always make fun of the corrupt rich people. I will always make fun of evil people because they are bad. But I'm not gonna pick on marginalized people because, well, I mean, one of them could be bad, so technically I'm not in the wrong. No, that's stupid. Well, you don't know it. What about the white supremacists that aren't bad? Yeah, okay. But, but yeah, though. And you better leave those people alone. They will do something to you. They will hunt you down. They will hurt you. Let them come. I do not care. I do not fear them. If I get killed because of the fact that if I get killed or disappeared because I'm making fun of white supremacists or bad people, then I died doing something that was actually of good. I don't care. No fear here. Do it. Bring it on. But seriously though, love, peace, happiness, and spread joy, spread love, spread peace, spread kindness, and also make recycling the thing again. I want to be able. I want to start like being able to throw these bags away, for money. Like let's make that a thing. All right, be easy.